Good afternoon, the Midday News. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. President Muhammadu Buhari has stated that the redesign of the country's currency by his administration was targeted at those holding illicit funds and not the common man. President Buhari, however, assured that the government will ensure that citizens are on hand in their businesses and that no disruption is caused to the entire supply chain arising from currency swap due to end shortly. Reacting to the reports of long queues of citizens waiting for hours to deposit old notes and get new ones, he reiterated that the design has become necessary to prevent counterfeits, corruption, and terrorism funding, expressing optimism that the new effort will help to stabilize and strengthen the economy, was taking note that the poorest section of the society is facing hardship as they often keep hard cash at home for various expenses. President Buhari gave strong assurances that the federal government will not leave them to their fate, adding that a number of initiatives by the Central Bank of Nigeria and other commercial banks are underway to speed up the distribution of new notes, besides doing all that is necessary to forestall cash squeeze and chaos. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Rabo, has urged retired military officers to show understanding with the federal government in the effort to pay them security debarment allowances. General Rabo made a call at the 42nd anniversary dinner of the Nigerian Defense Economy 28 Regular Cost Welfare Association in Abuja. President Muhammadu Buhari had in 2017 approved the payment to the military retirees who retired before November 19, 2017. The Chief of Defense Staff cautioned those who had made unpalatable comments about the allowance to desist from misleading the junior ones, adding that the efforts of the government in that regard should be commended. General Rabo further stated that the resources disposition of the federal government should be considered, taking into cognizance issues of military operations and issues surrounding its stable of organization and equipment. He added that greater attention must be paid to ensure that the tools needed to be able to perform optimally should be given attention. He assured the military authority of the readiness of the veterans to continue to help to secure the nation, especially in ensuring peaceful 2023 general elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has again extended deadline for collection of permanent voter cards nationwide by 1 week. The electoral umpire had earlier extended the deadline to today after the initial deadline of January 22. The National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, in a statement said that the decision was taken at the end of the Commission's meeting with President Electoral Commissioners and from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Okoye said the INEC was encouraged by the turnout of registered voters and the surge in number of collected PVCs across the nation, stressing that this will be the last extension of the exercise. In a related development, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba, has invalidated the existing Police Community Relations Committee identity card from December 22. False Public Relations Officer Olumiyiwa Adejobi stated that the IGP has directed that anyone found parading himself with the invalidated PCRC ID card should be arrested and prosecuted. Meanwhile, the IGP directed all eligible members of the PRC nationwide to contact the offices of the various zonal commands and confirmation PCRC chairmen as well as public relations officers, PPROs of their zones, commands, and formation respectively to obtain new forms for processing the newly approved ID card. Following days of massive protests and demonstrations across the state, Governor Ademola Adeleke has expressed appreciation to the people of the state for their passionate show of love and rejection of what he called the kangaroo judgment of the Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. Reacting to the protest of support and rejection of the judgment from the 30 local governments in the state, Governor Adeleke expressed delight at the reaffirmation of popular support for his governorship mandate, assuring the people that the popular mandate will not be stolen either through front or back door. He urged the people to remain calm and not to take law into their hands, assuring them of sustaining the victory. Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has described the judgment of the Osun State Election Petition Tribunal as a trap set against democracy in Nigeria that could jeopardize the sanctity of the bimodal voters accreditation system in the coming general election. The chairman of the caretaker committee of the party, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, stated this while addressing a press conference at the state party secretariat, Ikiroro Toshobo. Abdurrahim Adekunle has more on that report.
According to Dr. Akindele Adekunle, the chairman of the caretaker committee of the People's Democratic Party, the judgment could best be described as a plot to scuttle the coming general elections. He said the party rejects the lead judgment as read by the chairman of the tribunal, Justice Tetse Kume, saying that the choice of words deployed by the chairman could best be described as a personal attack on Governor Ademola Adeleke.
The premeditated stance of the tribunal chairman was clearly demonstrated in his side of stalemate with his choice of words, which we considered unethical, disrespectful, and unbecoming of a judicial officer of such standing. Even if the judgment was way billed to him, as we suspected by his petitioner collaborators, he should have disguised and exercised some restraints by expunging the foul languages obviously written for him in local parlance or Buga lyrics to disrespect an elected governor. He shouldn't have gone so low and low.
The party chairman therefore called on the people of Osun State and Nigerians at large who have expressed their displeasure at the outcome of the tribunal to remain calm as the governor and the party have chosen to appeal the judgment.
It's within the rights of our people, democratic rights, to of course protest. And over time, even before now, before the judgment, we've always preached to them on the need to be civil when they are protesting. And I mean, you will agree with me that since yesterday when the verdict was given and there have been widespread protests across the 30 local government in the state.
It has been Abdurrahim Adekunle reporting.
Now to sports. Head coach of 3SC's Bengal Kumbote has charged his players to go all out for maximum points today in their match 4 encounter against El Kanwemi Warriors in Ibadan. After winning the NFPFL preseason tournament, Kumbote endured a poor start to life in the league, drawing 2 and losing 1 in their first 3 games. They surrendered their lead twice in Jos on match day 1 to draw 3-3 with Plateau United before being held to an uncompromising goalless draw against Kwara United in Ibadan and a 2-0 loss to Remo Stars. Now to foreign stories. The Chinese embassy in Tokyo has announced that it will resume issuing visas to Japanese citizens. The move ends a retaliatory step against Japan's decision to require COVID testing for travelers arriving from mainland China, where the number of infections was surging. Starting today, the embassy and the offices, consulate generals of the People's Republic of China will resume issuing ordinary visas to Japanese citizens. A short online notice issued by the embassy said without elaborating. That ends the midday news on Osbc TV. Please join us at 5 for the midday news. Good afternoon.